Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tailgate Talk. We're your hosts. It's me, David. I've got Nikki Two Step and Joey Mayo. Boys, sound of the people.
Howdy.
Hello, howdy.
So let's jump it. Nick, you want to start us off with what you wanted your big takeaway from last week?
Well, just a quick shout out to, let me make sure I'm getting the name right. Quick shout out to Teron Dickens. He completed 46 consecutive passes to break the record, the FCS record, the superior division in college football, for consecutive completions in a game. I think he finished like 52 or 56 or something like that in a 23 to 21 game. Um, I'm amazed that Western only scored 23 throwing the ball that much, but SoCon is alive and well, boys. So that's just that was my SoCon spotlight.
Yeah, I did actually see that. I saw it not live, but I saw it on social media, and it was pretty impressive. I had to like double take my phone to make sure that I was looking at the numbers correctly, and that I wasn't like imagining something. So
Yeah, it doesn't matter what level of football you're playing. To have that many passes in a row complete is unreal.
yeah, well, it takes what it takes is, and I'm sure Nick can speak on this more, but it takes precision, it takes focus, it takes reps. There's a lot that goes into that we never got to see. So that's why it's like a big accomplishment in and of its own. So congrats to him.
Also,
I don't
shout
know
out
why
the
you're
O
saying
line.
Nick knows more than others about precision.
Well, he did play at the FCS level.
I did. Thank you very much. Um, yeah, I mean, it also shout out to the O line at Western and for giving Tehran enough time to make good decisions and not have to throw the ball away. That's a big unsung part of it. Obviously, the receiver's got to catch the ball. He's got to put the ball where it needs to be. But without the O line giving him time, that doesn't happen. So just an all around good performance by the offense. I love to see it. And like I said, SoCon supremacy. Let's go, boys. Roll Dinza.
Boring Joe now, Nick. You're boring Joe.
I don't care if it's boring. SoCon football is one of the most competitive conferences in the FCS. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
I tell you what, my big takeaway is there's a dumpster fire going on in Chapel Hill. Chapel Bill is a problem right now.
But they did come out and reaffirm their affirmation for each other.
It's
So
always what
this
you
Right,
want
but
to
the
see
thing is
five
that I
games
think the
into a
entire
season.
fan base didn't want that affirmation. I think they wanted him to walk away
Oh yeah,
and
no, a lot of that I'm sure started out of rumor and trying to get like a stir going, I'm sure, by like just throwing stuff against the wall and seeing kind of what stuck or what traveled through the great Twitter sphere or X, I guess, through social media and seeing what carried and seeing who was going to blink first. But I mean, it's just sad because he's like tarnishing his legacy. Like growing up, like he was Bill Belichick. He was the the guy, right? He was the guy who at the front of the dynasty for our childhood, and now he's just ruining it by not doing well at UNC. He should have just called it a quits. Either
As a
live
long
long enough to see yourself become the villain or you die a hero or whatever that saying goes. So, and he's doing that.
as a long suffering Jets fan who had to play him twice a year at least for 20 odd years, good. Ruin your legacy. I don't like him at all. I said this I said to David when it was happening, this is just years of trauma and childhood anguish at the hands of Bill Belichick just being released when Clemson was beating him. So that was the best feeling in the world, and I hope he stays around so we can do it again.
I
So
don't think I don't think he's gonna stay around probably after this year. I think he's cooked. There's no way that he can come back after this with all the antics of him and having Jordan on the sideline or Jordan or however you say the name, like the pronunciation of it. And he's I mean he has a good recruiting class next year, but it's not like top 10, I don't think. I think it's like top 25, which is you can do that at UNC with or without Bill Belichick. And then just the play on the field is not all that great. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I would think that they part ways at the end of the year. They're going to let him have the year, but I don't know where you go from there because you just retooled this entire program to match him. And now if you cut ties with him at the end of the year, you're gonna have to retool it all over again. And then you're five steps back than where you were with Mac Brown. You should have just let Mac Brown keep the job. At least he was getting in good quarterbacks like Sam Howell and whoever else was there. Drake May, yeah.
I think my issue with it is that it seems like the from the outside looking in, it looks a lot like it's Bill Belichick baggage. I'm hearing reports of him basically saying like we're not sharing tape with anyone in the Patriots organization, like holding on to that petty stuff. Um, there's the whole thing where the rumor that he's just looking for this job in order to find another job in the NFL because he's upset that no one in the NFL wanted him when the Patriots let him go. Like it feels like a very much about Bill Belichick thing, and I could be wrong. I'm not in that room. I don't know what's going on. But if you're telling me that you're not letting the NFL team that let you go, scout your players, then you're doing them a disservice. And that's the whole point of college coaching is to serve those players as best you can to get to their next step to maximize their potential. So if that's what's going on, then he shouldn't be there.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see, and it's good for like podcasters and people like us who like to talk college football because it gives us something to talk about because this is like a roller coaster that's on fire, um, and we're just watching it go up and down and in loops and everything else. But I don't see this going well for the program, and like I said, I just think they were better off with Mac Brown at this point. Like I know Mac Brown wasn't like you know paving the way of any sort. He wasn't like Texas Mac Brown, who won a national title while he was at UNC. He was rather old, and I'm sure it was old styles of coaching, but um, at least at least he got the good quarterbacks, and he kept UNC relevant in football, which is really a basketball school. So
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think with that, we'll go ahead and move on. Look forward to next week. So, with that, let's start getting into some picks, shall we, boys?
how did I do this week?
I'll tell you how you did. You and Nick both got 12 points, so no change there in terms of how you're spacing from each other. But I gained some ground. I got 13 points this
Nice.
week. From what I've heard from talking with uh, some fans of the podcast, apparently my scoring system's not the clearest in the world. So we're gonna take a quick stab at that here. If we pick a team that's more, a touchdown favorite or more, the points go up by one, and that's how this right here gives you the margin of victory of how those points are divvied up. If the spread is within 7 points, either underdog or favorite, the points double. And if you pick the underdog of more than a touchdown underdog, then your points triple. So that's how this works. All you need to know at the end of the day is that I'm having to do math every week because of this. So I hope everyone likes it. But right now, Joe's in the lead. Nick's at right after that, and I'm trying to make up ground point by point by point.
You're gonna have to do better than 1 point a
And
week,
with
buddy.
that, it'll happen. I got time.
Um, Segueing into our first pick, I really like Texas Tech, my preseason Big 12 champion. Kansas is not a good team. I think that Texas Tech just runs them out of the building this week. So give me the red. Hold on. Speaking of Texas Tech, did you guys see that they're changing the logo?
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
like it.
like it. I don't like it. Like they have such a good logo right here. It was a shame that they mess with it, in my opinion. So that aside, give me the Red Raiders.
I'm gonna take the second best team in my opinion in the Big 12. I think they are very, very good. They seem to keep it rolling. Brendan Sorsby is a man on a mission, it feels like. So I like what they're doing down in Cincinnati. Give me Cincy over UCF minus 10.5.
I'm going with the Ducks over Indiana. I think Oregon's good again this year, and they're on their way towards a playoff berth. So give me the Ducks to stay hot here.
So this one, another Big Ten matchup, with an Eastern time zone team going out west. Give me Michigan here. I do think that they are the better team. I'm surprised that USC is a favorite. I mean, I guess it is because they're home that they're the favorite, but I think Michigan is just the better team. So give me the Wolverines. I think it's a close one, but I do think they pull it out.
Yeah, they're the same team in my opinion. But leading into mine, I'm going to go with my gut here. I'm gonna jump on the Eli Drinkowitz bus again this year. I like everything about Missouri football this year. I love Bo Bubula, who runs around like a chicken without a head. I love their two running backs that they have. Ahmad Hardy is the main one who I really enjoy watching. Um, I love everything about Missouri football. The only thing that I think is going to be tested is their defense this week, but I think that comes through. So give me Missouri to win the game outright against Alabama, who's minus 3.5 favorites.
This game in Missouri or is it in Tuscaloosa?
It's in Mizzou,
Okay.
which is another reason why I like that because there's 3 points right there.
Yeah. I like that one. I could see it.
Yeah, for me, Notre Dame 23 and a half point favorites over NC State. I think this game may be a little bit closer than the spread says, but because NC State has been playing pretty well this year, but I think that at the end of the day, the Irish is the better team. So give me the Irish.
They're playing so well right now, by the way.
Another game that should be a lot of contention last year with the pick that Nussmeier threw that South Carolina returned, got called back for roughing. I think that there's going to be a lot of animosity. I've already been seeing stuff on Twitter about these two fan bases talking trash to each other. So I'm excited for this one. I think there's going to be some fireworks. Give me LSU, and I hope that they beat the crap out of South Carolina. So give me the Tigers.
By the way, before we move on, did you guys see their schedule for the rest of the year?
Yeah, South Carolina and Florida are in for a rough couple months.
I would say South Carolina may have the hardest schedule for like the next I don't know, 6 weeks. Hold on, I'm trying to find
If I'm
them
not
on my
mistaken, it's
app.
five straight ranked opponents.
Yeah, hold on, I'm pulling it up now. Uh Yeah, so
Over South Carolina. Nah.
they have number 11 LSU at in Death Valley. They have number 6 Oklahoma with a Mateer who's definitely going to be back for that game. You have number 8 Alabama at home. Then you're at number 4 Old Miss, at number 5 Texas A&M, and then you finish with Coastal Carolina and Clemson. That is a gauntlet. I don't know who pissed off the schedule makers and in South Carolina there. But that is not a good schedule. I feel terrible for them. Okay, so into my game. I will be taking Iowa State. It's really sad. I would like to see Colorado be good. I've said this, I think I said this last year. I'm really, I'm really trying to like Colorado, but they're just not doing it for me this year. I think Iowa State is a very, very solid team. Rocco Beck is the man. So give me Iowa State minus 2.5. I think this is really a gimme.
For me, Ohio State right now is the best team in college football. The fact that this is only a 14 and a half point spread is a bit ridiculous.
Where is this
Uh,
game?
Illinois.
Ooh.
yeah. So either way, Ohio State's just got all the weapons. I don't see Illinois coming out with this win, so give me the Buckeyes here.
A little Friday night action. Loving the retro logos on the screen. Um, it's tough. I mean, it's tough for Rutgers to go cross country on a Friday game. This just screams take Washington and just and bank it. So I think the Huskies win big. Um, yeah, it's gonna be poor Rutgers.
I hate this pick now that I saw that David has it, but go with it anyway.
We just picked
Uh,
2 days ago, so that's on you.
I don't I don't look
Hey,
at your
I
picks
went
on
three for
purpose
four.
because I know I do
I went
mine
three for
late.
four last week. I'm back.
Yeah, I don't
And the
know.
only the only one that I had was a vibe pick on Vanderbilt, and they looked pretty good early on until they decided they stopped playing football.
Well, anyway, I'll be taking Georgia Tech minus 14 and a half. I think this Virginia Tech team is historically bad. And I think that their record at 2-3, I believe it is, does not represent how bad they are. So give me Georgia Tech, Haynes King. Let's see it, buddy. Go get me those 15 points.
Georgia Tech is better than I think people realize this year. I love how they play football. Um, yeah, they are at this moment my pick to win the ACC. Um,
That is
I
bold
think they're going to make the. Yep, banging in right now. I
because there's
love the
somebody
Nerds.
sitting in their way.
Who at this point?
Miami,
Miami.
They're both
Miami looks
undefeated.
Miami looks really good.
Miami looks like there's
Here's the
three.
thing: Miami is going to do what Miami does every year,
I
and they are
think
going to
this
start.
team might be
They haven't
different.
left. They haven't left the state of Florida yet, and they're in
Doesn't
October.
matter. This team is different. I hate Miami football.
You have said
I
that.
wish
Everyone
I
has said that
wish
for years. Every year, Miami's back. The U's back. This
no
year's different. Until
But
they win it, I refuse to give in to that type of foosball.
me
the way
Give me the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets all day long. They are going to pound the living snot out of Miami.
the
may I respond because I think me and Nick are both on the same page here. I
That's
watched
you
that team
wrong.
and I watched that team against a very talented Notre Dame team, and that team is tough. Like, yeah, they're talented, but that team is tough. And I think they're mentally tough, and I do not see them dropping a game like usual. And I'm not even a Miami football believer. I'm more on the other end of things. I wish they would lose every game and not be relevant at all. But
they also
I really really believe in the talent that they have and the mental toughness and the physical toughness that they appear to have so far. I think there's somebody sitting in Georgia Tech's way. And I love Haynes King and I love Georgia Tech and I love what Brent Key is doing, but I just they're going to have a tall task ahead of them, my friend.
here's
I
the
mean,
thing with Miami that actually have a quarterback this year. The one game I'm worried about on their schedule for them is at Pittsburgh. Because if everything that David's saying is true and that Miami will get in their own way, that is the game because it's Narduzzi, it's the last game of the season, it's Pitt. Weird things happen in that stadium. So if there's a game I'm
what a
worried about if
Friday.
I'm the Hurricanes, it's the Pitt game.
Where is the
So
schedule?
this is the ridiculousness of Miami's schedule. They don't leave the state of Florida until November.
I didn't even see Miami on here. Am I missing her?
They're on
Are
a
they
bye week this week.
Oh, they're on a
They
bye. Okay.
they hosted Notre Dame. They hosted Bethune-Cookman. They hosted South Florida. They hosted Florida. They went to Florida State. That is their schedule so far.
also
They're off this week. They then host Louisville on a Friday night. Um, they host Stanford the next week. Then they go to SMU. This schedule is
That
ridiculous.
Louisville game could be the sleeper, but I'm just not buying it. If I'm putting a
Friday
sleeper though, I'm saying it's the
I was going to
Louisville
say
game.
Louisville before Nick said Pitt was the game that I could see them stub their toe. The thing I don't love about it is that it is in Miami still.
Stub their
But
toe.
you're telling me that they're going to have to go up to Pitt in the at the very end of November when they like even when you look at this, their at SMU game is in Texas. Then they host Syracuse. They host Miami. I mean, they have to go to Virginia Tech. and they got to go to Pitt.
Yeah, but
Those two games,
Virginia Tech at that point is going to be dead in the water. They're on an
yeah.
interim coach.
So
That
we're
one,
not
I'm
counting
not.
them
That's not.
out. But then you got to go
Blacksburg's not
up
going to
to
be the same.
Heinz Field in the dead in the at the end
That's
of
what I said. It. I said the Pittsburgh game is the one that I'm worried about for them. I that game I could see them losing,
and
but
here's the
all
thing.
they
I
have to
don't
do.
even because right now you've got what? You've got Miami, Virginia, and Georgia Tech and Duke are all undefeated.
Miami, Virginia, Duke, and who was the last one?
I think the only teams that play each other are Duke and Virginia. So if Miami stubs their toe at the end of the season, they may not even make may not even make the ACC tournament, ACC championship game, because you could have a Georgia Tech and then the winner of the Duke Virginia game undefeated.
I don't know.
I don't believe Duke is going. I don't think Duke's running the table.
No, me neither. Mentz
I
is
don't think
good, but I think he's gonna slip up somewhere too.
I
He's
don't
gonna
think
step on a
Virginia's running the
banana.
table. I
He's gonna
just
step on a banana peel somewhere.
I think that Miami will get to the Pitt game undefeated, and then if there's a game they can lose, it's that one.
I don't know. I think this year is different for Miami, and I'm saying that because they overcame a Carson Beck factor, which we talked about earlier in the year.
That's been good this year.
I that's what I'm saying. And when I at least I questioned their entire receiving core because everyone graduated last year and went to the draft. That was a mistake. This receiver core looks better than it did last year. And then their defense legitimately was the worst part of their team last year and couldn't stop it couldn't stop anything, couldn't stop a nosebleed, and now that looks to be one of the better parts of the team. So I don't see where this team slips up. You're telling me that there's a Bain who is a game wrecker on defense is just like going to fall asleep one day, and you're going to tell me that the I think his first name is Malachi Tony, the wide receiver who was 17, who just turned 18, it has been phenomenal, along with that kid who transferred in from LSU. I don't know. I think they overcame so much already that I don't foresee them having shortcomings. Now maybe the Pelican or whatever their actual
This
hurricane mascot is stubs its toe. Maybe the stork stubs its toe, but I just don't see it.
So Joe, I think you're. I didn't say that they necessarily will miss the ACC championship game. I'm just saying Georgia Tech's going to beat them.
say
Yeah,
that you said
I
they
don't know
couldn't.
about that either.
You said
You're
that
the one
they
who
could
jumped
miss
on
the
it saying they were
game.
going to stub their toe. I was saying that if you run back the clip, I said Georgia Tech's going to beat Miami this year,
You also
and win
said
the ACC.
when we brought up Virginia and Duke running the table, you said they may not even make the ACC championship game. You did say that.
I did say that, but my whole point, because I think you're getting caught up on whether or not they're going to stub their toe before they get to there, is I don't even care if they do. I think they will, but even if they don't, I think Georgia Tech's beating them.
I
That that defense is too good.
again, I love
James
this Georgia
King
Tech team. I'm
is
drunk on
a
this Georgia Tech
bowling
team, but
ball. He's almost as crazy as Cam Scatterbo. He's just going to run through people, and he's not going to care if he loses arms,
good
legs,
luck.
heads, whatever.
There's a guy. I don't even know his first name. I just know him by Bain Jr. because I he was in the backfield of Notre Dame's. He was in Notre Dame's backfield every play. That guy is unbelievable. And if you don't think that there's more just like him, just like that guy, who are going to pick up Haynes King and drag him to where he came from, I think you are delusional. I think that defense is phenomenal. I think they got four game records. And their offensive line, we're not even talking about their offensive line. Their offensive line is probably their best unit on the team. I don't know. I
They're
think
going
this
to
Miami
lose.
team is as talented as it's been, and I think they're very scary.
Fool's
And
gold. It has been fool's gold for
I
so
think
many years.
I
Until they
think
do. Here's the thing. Until they do it, I'm right. Until they do
So
it, I'm
fine,
right.
but I mean, this is also this team is beaten. They went on the road and beat Florida State. They beat a good Notre Dame team to start the year. Like those are the two best teams on their schedule, and they took care of business. And I mean, if you
Most
want
of
to
them
throw
went
in
outside of
Florida,
Florida. Can they went outside
what
of the state of Florida, please?
they
Well, I
will, and
mean,
I
we're
think they're going
calling
to
our
show you.
shot. We're calling our shot.
I
But
think
what I will say is there's right now if you're talking about the future and you're saying, "Well, I'm right now." Well, if we're talking about right now, whether they left the state of Florida or not, they are there's a top tier in Division 1 football right now. And there's three teams in that top tier. There's only three. And that's Ohio State, that's Miami, and that's Oregon. And
I agree.
there's no interchanging those three. Those three have taken care of business up until now, and those three have proven so far with the schedule that has occurred that they are in that top echelon.
I'm going to throw this out there. Indiana has a chance to join them this week. If they
They have
go
a
into
chance.
Eugene and beat
They have
Oregon,
a chance, but I don't think they're going to get it done.
I don't think they
That's
will either, but they have a chance. If they beat Oregon and Eugene, they're suddenly in that discussion.
Oh yeah, because all of a sudden you turn the corner and hey, look out, it's the Hoosiers who are now 6-0 or 7-0, whatever week we're in, and Fernando Mendoza just put up like 63 on Illinois, who's a top 15 team in this country. And that's why I was like, when you guys were talking about the Illinois Ohio State game, I was like, oh, I don't know. Because Luke Altmaier is not, and that team is not bad at all. They got caught sleeping, and so like they beat them to a pulp. So I think it's very easy to see them turn the corner this week, and you're like, holy crap, they're 7-0. I didn't even where did they come from? Because they've been under the radar. They've been taking care of business. TCB taking care of business.
This we'll find out next week. I guess we'll find out in the weeks to come.
But I
But
also before we log off,
all I'm
before
gonna
we
say is, if we go back to the Miami thing, we have been asking this question about if the U is back for years and years and years, and we've had a couple of seasons where they have been this highly ranked this early on, not leaving the state of Florida. Because this is what they do. They don't leave the state of Florida for 2 months, and then when they so all of a sudden they have to start going on the road, or when they get later in the season, they have until they've proven. You say that you think that they're more mentally tough this year than last year. Until I see it at the end of the season, I refuse to buy any stock in that. It's been fool's gold for 8 years, 10 years, more.
I'm just telling you,
I'm just gonna say
Notre Dame is a and Florida State are very talented teams. Both, I would again say top 15, top 20 in this country. If I were ranking them, they took care of business against those two teams. That's
that
all I'm saying.
that same stadium and atmosphere that Alabama went into and got smoked. Miami was smoking Florida State until the fourth quarter when they got some garbage time points to make it look closer. Miami looked very, very good. And Alabama, who I'm sure is not fool's gold because they've proven that they're not.
Well, we'll see about that.
We'll see about that. But right now, like still, Miami went in and took care of business against a very good Florida State team.
It's not too late, boys. You guys can go get your bus tickets on the Eli Drinkowitz bus. You can still make it to the bus stop in time. Pack your bags. They'll put it on. We'll get in first class. I'll bring you along. I'm on this Mizzou hype train, and I I beg you guys to come join me.
No, I'm
Um,
busy in Lubbock with the Red Raiders of Texas
ooh,
Tech.
ooh, interesting. Last thing. I know we only have a minute left, but if you love college football, tomorrow your TVs will be on for the North Texas USF game. That
Huge
is a
game.
The
playoff
show comes out
matchup.
Friday morning, so
Oh,
tonight
well then tonight.
for those watching.
Um, do you if you love college football, that is a college football playoff game in October.
Yep.
So gear up, strap in, and turn on those TVs and glue those eyes open because this is going to be one hell of a game. It's going to be a movie.
This is
Yes,
the
sir.
best time of the year. I think we're gonna be going like 40 days straight of some type of football on
I think it's like
RT television.
62.
It's fantastic. It's until I think it's until December.
Yeah.
So from today, from October 9th, when we're recording,
Belt
October
up.
10th, whatever it is, up until December 1st, you are going to be having college football or NFL football on your television every single day. It's the best time to be alive.
Yeah, I will be watching that game. That will be appointment television tomorrow, and I cannot wait. Well, today, I guess tonight, whenever this
Yeah.
comes
Boys,
out.
we got to get it going. Go Tigers.
Go
Yeah, go
Tigers.
Irish.